Power principles, yeah, I think, again, applies to so many things on a daily basis, but as a business owner, entrepreneur, yes, you are pulled in so many different directions, because you want to feed your staff, make sure the business continues to grow. You need to think ahead where opportunities are. So how do you prioritize your time and your resources, limited at all, to make sure that you can grow your business? And I think, which is something every entrepreneur faces, in terms of, how they're going to get through the day. Because it's hard to think 5 years ahead, when you're just trying to make payroll, on a monthly basis. Even in the time in the federal government, many competing interests, staff, career staff are never easy to manage, but it's building those relationships and prioritizing what the initiative is. I mean, we had calls, from the White House, from the Secretary's office on a daily basis, and you always have to shift resources and priorities. So you had to make clear decisions in terms of what needs to be done. And at times, you had to make people work late, you had to work late, or you had to travel somewhere last minute. But nevertheless, the directive came down and it's up to you to do it. But I think the overall framework is people are in it for the mission. And once you have that, everything within the power principle then actually falls into place, I think. So, it's, as an entrepreneur, as a governmental leader, as a father of a family, so many things on a daily basis nowadays that, so it's really on your own values that I think will determine how you will structure, how you're going to be successful and what your goal you need to have to. So on obligations, energy, if you don't believe in what you're doing, therefore you're not going to have energy, I think, to meet your obligations, right? And for me, in terms of, I remember one period in time when we were traveling all across the United States to promote the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement that the president really wanted. And I've traveled all over, and it was a lot of energy you had to take because you had to go last minute to this city to talk to this group on why, because it was trying to get through Congress. But nevertheless, the obligation was, to the American people. And we always said that was a generation-defining trade agreement that would establish the United States, for the next several generations on trade policy and creating jobs for many of the communities. But we all believed in it, and it was a value we all believed in, and we still do to this very day. And so with that kind of energy and that value system, was something that it was wonderfully part of. But the accountability was back not only to the White House and to the president. The accountability for a lot of us to do it was to the American people. It was to the business owners that we've met, the chambers of commerce, the Asian Americans, Latino Americans, African Americans, all wanted to see this trade agreement go through. And they were all wanting us to make it happen. And so we felt that accountability back to them, but it was really through our energy, and for me specifically, to travel that kind of way I did. If I didn't have the energy and didn't believe it, I never would have done it. But knowing the fact that it was going to result in something positive, then that was really, I think, the basis of exactly what you mean as the power dynamic.